today we're going to do a lab on the evidence of evolution. We're going to take a step back and look at the key vocabulary: homologous structure, analogous structure, and vestigial structures. The background. Much evidence has been found to indicate that living things have evolved or changed gradually during their natural history. The study of fossils, as well as work in embryology, biochemistry, and comparative anatomy, provides evidence for evolution. Now, one of the words that you may remember is embryology. And embryology is the study of embryos. And embryos are basically what is present in an organism prior to birth. Okay, so in humans, we have what's called fetus, and it goes from embryo, zygote to fetus. And other organisms, they have other terms, but embryology is studying that pre-birth development, okay? So the objective in this lab, you will learn about homologous, analogous, and vestigial structures and their significance in evolution theory. Now, this is all part of comparative anatomy. And comparative anatomy is when you compare structures and functions between organisms. Okay. We'll use color pencils. Well, in this case, we're going to use crayons. Is what I'm going to use. And we're going to use this worksheet. Now, the first key vocabulary is homologous structure. What is a homologous structure? Does anyone know or remember? Homologous structures are structures that share common ancestry, but not function. Okay? And we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. So we're going to examine the drawings of the bones shown in Figure 1, which is on the back. We're going to look for similarities among the various animals. We're going to color each part of the human arm a different color. Note all bones of the wrist should be a single color. All bones of the hand should be a different color, etc. Then color the corresponding bone, each of the other animals the same color as the human bone. So we're going to flip over to the back side. This is Figure 1. I'm going to set aside a couple of colors. You may use different colors, but you're going to need a few colors. I have orange, I have a reddish color, I have a bluish color. I'm going to also use yellow. And then I'm going to try to find what else. I have like a gray. No, let's use brown. Okay. So the humerus, I'm going to color orange. And it has little dots in here. So the bone with the little dots, I'm going to color orange. Okay. Here we have another bone, just like the humerus with some dots in it. We're going to color that orange. Here's another one with some dots. You can color that orange. One with some dots. We can color that orange. Okay, don't talk about my coloring skills. Okay, the next bone we're gonna color is the ulna, which is right here. It's next to the striped bone, but it's not striped, so I'm gonna color that red. Color that red. Here's next to the striped bone. Color that red. We have it here. Color that red. Down below, it's on this side, we can color that red. Here, color that red. And then here, we're gonna color that red. Then we have the striped bone. I'm gonna color that bone blue. So the striped bone, which is the radius, I'm gonna color it blue. Do the same thing here. Color it blue. Same thing here. Blue. Scoot the page up. Color this blue. Blue. And then lastly, this striped bone here. Blue. Now we have the carpals. The carpals are some little circular bones. What color am I gonna pick? We already used red, we already used orange, we already used blue. I'm gonna use brown. So the carpals are these circular bones right here, basically the wrist area. I'm gonna color all of these brown. I'm gonna color these brown as well. Okay, here, brown. Scoot the page up. Brown. Brown. And this one you can hardly see, so I'm just gonna color this little circle brown. Okay, I'm gonna color the metacarpals and the phalanges, which are basically here on our fingers. I'm gonna color these two both yellow. And so metacarpal and phalanges, I'm gonna color them both yellow. There's some very long metacarpals and phalanges. Gotta get the little thumb finger. Looks like a thumb. Ooh, these are really long. Do, 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 do. Boom. Okay, now I have to flip back to the front side. So we've done 1A, which is coloring. Now 1B says, describe the function of each structure below. In a human, what is the function of the arm? We can say to pull up, to push on something, to hold grab. Okay, all of those things. Well, let's look at the well structure. This looks like it's part of the fin. So what do we use the fin for if we're a whale in the big ocean? We use it, of course, to swim. Okay. Then we have the cat, basically their arm and paw. And they pounce on items. Pounce, I think that's how you spell it. They grab or claw, walk. Okay. Bat. Only one thing the bat is going to do with that is going to fly. Bird, fly. Crocodile, we're going to say swim and walk. Okay, with those limbs. Okay, now let's think about this. Are the bones arranged in a similar way in each animal? Let's take a look at the image. We have in each one, if you just look at the color scheme, we have orange, red, blue, brown, yellow. 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 Orange, red, blue, brown, and yellow. So because of this, I would go ahead and say they are arranged in a similar way. So the answer would be yes. Y-E-S. Part 2. Part 2 is asking about analogous structures. And I don't want to get this definition incorrectly, so I'm going to go and grab a book real quick. Okay, so analogous structures is when there's a body part with the same function but not ancestry. What do we mean? If you look at the butterfly wing and you look at the bird wing, both are meant to fly. However, the structures are not the same. There's bones in this one. There's not bones in this one. Okay? So even though they both fly, they don't share the same structure and they don't share ancestry. So birds and wings aren't developed from the same organisms. So what function do these structures share? They both help the organism fly. And the structures are different because the bird wing has bones. The butterfly wing does not have bones. Okay. Do birds and insects share any structural elements inside the wing? Similarities that would suggest that they are closely related? No. Okay. The last are vestigial structures. Okay, so it says some apparently unrelated animals have organs with similar functions yet are very different in structure and form. These structures are called analogous structures. Now, vestigial structures. Basically, vestigial structures are when you have structures that are from ancestry. However, no longer serve a purpose or function. Okay. Gradual changes have occurred through time that have in some cases reduced or removed the function of some body structures and organs. The penguin's wing and the leg bones of the snake are examples of this phenomenon. The cavefish and minnow shown in figure 3 are related, but the cavefish is blind. So this is the cavefish and this is the minnow. They look very similar, except the cavefish does not have any eyes. Explain why eyesight is not an important adaptation to life in a cave. Let's think about this. If you live inside a cave, why would you need eyesight? You wouldn't, okay? Because a cave is dark, eyesight is not necessary. What do you think has become the most important adaptation of cavefish? Think about senses, okay? So sense of motion to detect predator or prey if you're hungry. That's one good example. What about the internal structure of the cavefish and minnow suggests common ancestry? Let's look at these pictures. So this is the cavefish and this is the minnow. The only major difference we can see outright is that one has eyes and one does not have eyes. They both still have fins. And so let's assume that they both reproduce the same. They both eat basically the same. They both swim the same. So we can say reproductive structures and even process may be similar, as well as releasing waste products, aka poop and pee, urine. It says, read the list of human vestigial structures shown on table 1. Suggest the possible function for each structure and explain why it became vestigial. Record your answers in the table. Okay, let's think about this. The appendix digests leaves in koala bears. Okay, let's think about a possible function in humans. Maybe it has something to do with digesting vegetation or vegetables. I think I'm spelling this wrong. I'm pretty sure I did. Why vestigial? Because if removed, if the appendix is removed, you still have a normal life. Okay. Tailbone. Possible function to move tail. Why vestigial? Humans do not have a tail. Muscle that moves ears. To move ears. To hear prey, which is the food we want to eat. Why vestigials? Our ears are in fixed, excuse me, location. Okay, muscles that make hair stand up. Well, in some birds, the hair stands up simply so that they can, it's a mating ritual in some birds. Sometimes the hair stands up to ward off predators. So we can say possible mating or predator practice. Why vestigial? Our hair doesn't stand up. Okay, little toe. I can say maybe it's for in the past. If you think about cavemen, help grab. How can I say this? I'm thinking about Tarzan. Help grab, I'm just say help grab or for movement through forest. Okay. Why vestigial? Has no current purpose. Wisdom teeth. Slide meat off bones, cracking things. Why vestigial? Has no current purpose. Okay, analysis and interpretation section is the section that I want you all to do on your own. It consists of a question on this page and this full back page. I've given you all of the support. Use the information from the beginning portion of the packet to answer these questions, and I think you'll do fine. But that's what you'll be graded on. Thank you.